eat some of the good things.
Hi-ho, we're on the way to the doctor.
And I'm going to be the nicest person you've ever met.
Oh, yeah, we've heard that before. Before I got you out of the driveway the other day, I had to beep you.
Why had I done that?
Oh, you know, your sure is statement. You made that sure is statement.
Well, I'm really a good person.
You're good all the time, and all the time you are good.
Hey, I bet every one of them was to hear that. They go, what?
I had somebody that didn't like the way me and you talked about President Stump and Joe Biden.
Did you tell me it's an accident that I said that?
I think they said they were through with my channel, and I said, bye, Felicia.
Bye what?
Bye, Felicia. You don't know what about bye, Felicia, but yeah, I got up this morning, I looked at my comments, and there's like, total disrespect, blah, 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 blah. I'm through with this channel, and I went, delete the comment, bye, Felicia. We were joking that day, but they were both disrespectful in the thing. We weren't picking sides that day. We said they were both disrespectful.
All of them was assholes. Oh, here I go again. I've done it again.
Here she goes again.
Well, I hadn't got that little funny shirt on. Let them look.
Got a different shirt on.
Tell them I can see I got another shirt. I look like I got striped snakes on me.
She said, I was going to put a jacket on, but I'm not. And I said, it's going to be 72 degrees. You don't need a jacket. It's going back up into the 80s tomorrow.
You get in the house and stay all day. You don't know whether it's raining or snowing or what outside.
My brother worked from daylight to dark here last week. Well, he brought a guy to help him because he can't do this kind of work. But they have cut all the limbs. Mother's got a water oak right here in front of her house, and they've cut the limbs up as high as they can. And I'm telling you, it's opened up her house. They've cut off all the limbs that were close. Worked. He was going home. I mean, about 8 o'clock that night, he called me, and I said, how long have you been home? And he said, I haven't made it there yet. And I said, bless your heart. He was out here, but he was supervising the young man doing the work.
Oh, he's right with him the whole time.
Well, he was with him, but he can't crawl up them trees. He's not able to.
I'll tell you one thing, that boy was up in them top trees.
Yeah, he was. Bubba. I'm so glad nobody in our family's named Bubba.
I would name my kid, I call my kid Bubba.
When it was either when Rhett or Riggs was born, at one time Ashley would say something about brother being Bubba, and I said, don't start that.
I don't start.
We're from Alabama. They already think we're all named Bubba.
Bubba's was already
so we call them brothers. He tickles me saying stuff about brothers. Oh, so I forgot to even tell Ashley this yesterday.
Yeah.
So I kept Riggs, and then we went and got the boys at school. Our kids started to school 5 days a week this week.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yes, they need it. As everybody around here, adults, are getting COVID. There's been more and more people. I can't say that.
They're even fighting for old presidents because of the stuff.
Like he deserved it. It's what they think. He deserved it.
They'd love to see him laid out straight.
They'd love to see him dead as a doornail.
If he keeps on, he's liable to find him later.
So, anyway, so Reed wanted to come to the house. Well, by the time I stopped and got him a drink, it was about 3:25, and their daddy gets off at 4:30, but I said, you've got a good hour to ride your bike. Well, Rhett is 7. He has finally learned to ride his bike.
Oh, goodness.
Well, it's Rhett Chambers time. It's just like John Light time. They do things when they get ready to. And the best thing you can do with Rhett is never to push him, for things like that.
Yeah.
Because he will do it when he's comfortable, but not before then.
He's a strange child. He
is different.
He's been different from the day he was born.
So I was out there, and because I had to run in the house and use the bathroom, and I came back and I was clapping and saying, Red, I'm so proud of you. He had started it when I was at their house the other day in the grass with Michael a little bit. But he's just kept on and kept on. He's decided it's time. Well, he's got a great bike at our house. John only buys expensive bikes for the boys at our house.
He don't buy nothing.
No, not no bike from Walmart. These came from Bob's Bike in Hoover, Alabama, Homewood, Alabama. And so, anyway.
I bet that car hopes you stay put.
Well, they're in the other lane.
I know that, but that's still scary. You come back close.
I wasn't even going fast. I just pulled out in the middle of the road. I think that was your fear.
Huh?
I think that was your fear.
That's what my fear. I wasn't scared of them.
I ain't scared.
I ain't scared.
So, but anyway, so Rhett's out there and I'm praising him and I'm, doing all this. And so in a few minutes he's riding and he said, "Hey, Gangan." And I said, "What?" And he said, "How proud are you of me?"
That goes to show you how good it does.
I said, I got up, I was sitting in a chair and I said, "I am over the moon proud with you." And that little thing was grinning. He's riding it good. I mean, he just went, no training wheels, just went straight to riding, he's 7 years old, so anyway.
You won't know what you thought about it.
"Hey, Gangan, how proud are you of me?" So anyway, in a few minutes he walks, he was wanting to go in the house and draw, but he didn't want to go. They don't like to be in the house by themselves.
Does he like to draw?
Oh my gosh, he draws
Oh, that's right,
all
you told
the
me he drives
time.
all.
Yeah. And so he's wanting to go in to draw. Reed rides his bike all the time. He loves it. And Riggs had his motorized little thing out there riding it. So anyway, Rhett goes in the house and he comes out with a little old gun that they have. It shoots little felt things and he's popping it and doing all this. Well, Riggs decides he wants the gun. Well, nothing being, but he kept on. And so finally I realized they were fussing about it. And I said, "Who went and got the gun?" And Rhett said, "I did, Gangan." I said, "Okay, Riggs, when brother gets through with it, you can play with it." Oh, that face was all scowled up. Oh, he has a temper. And I want it. And I said, "You can have it when brother gets through playing with it." He went and got it out of the house. I want it. And so, anyway, Rhett, as tough as Rhett is, he is tender-hearted toward Riggs. Both of them are.
Yeah.
And he said, "Okay, Riggs, here." And I said, "See there?" And he said, "Thank you, cheater."
Thank you, what?
Cheater. I said, "Riggs Chambers? What did you call your brother?" Rhett said, "He called me a cheater." I said, "How did your brother cheat?" He said, "He's a cheater." I said, "Riggs, you bring no shame to him." Now, you talk to Reed like that, if you say, "Reed, I'm sorry again," you say, "Riggs, he's not backing down." He has no shame. He has no shame. And I said, I said, "No, sir. It is not thank you, cheater. It is thank you, brother. It's just thank you." I had to say it about 6 times before he finally went, "Thank you." He probably turned his back and went, "Cheater." He's a mess.
He's always been different. There's no doubt about that.
So they didn't want to go when their daddy came, but Rhett was like, "I want to spend the night." And I was like, "But you got school tomorrow." But yeah, they're in school 5 days a week starting this.
Does Red have to do pretty good in this school?
It does. And Riggs told me today, he said, "I go to school next year." And I said, "Yeah, your brothers were in school when they were your age. Mommy's trying to hold on to you for 1 more year, so he's just going to get 1 year of pre-K instead of 2.
Teaching them how to act in school. So.
Yeah. Yeah, the teacher.
I remember when we used to go up there and get them.
Oh, yeah. Well, the teacher that's had both Reed and Rhett, she sent word by Ashley that she was very upset that she was not sending Riggs. She wanted him too. But Ashley's like, "Well, it's my last one and I don't want to send him 2 years. I'm just going to send him 1. I ate some bacon for breakfast and I'm telling you, I guess the salt in it's made me super thirsty. going to get Mother's shot in her eyes.
Yeah. I ain't got nothing else to do. Just let them dig in my eye.
I've told y'all this before, but for those of you that are newer, she said one day, she said, what does it look like when he does it? And I was like, do you think I watch? I turned my head. Are you crazy?
White don't hurt me at all.
So I told her I dreamed about her. Either last night, I got up and went to the bathroom kind of early. It might have been when I laid back down. I'm not sure. But I dreamed we went somewhere like Gatlinburg or somewhere. And I dreamed there was a lot of senior citizens there.
Oh, good Lord.
And I remember them just making over her because they were all on canes and making over you. They were on canes and walkers and all that kind of stuff, and you were just splitting around, just all over the place. And it seems like we had to ride some kind of elevator, escalator. I can't remember. It was real. I dreamed some crazy stuff. I would totally be committed.
Did you know if I ever dream, I don't remember.
Well, Greg, my nephew, and I both discussed this morning that we would be committed if people knew our dreams. I would. I'm telling you. It's scary.
Hey, Greg loves you.
Uh-huh.
He loves his mama too.
Uh-huh. So, anyway, so she got away from me in the dream. She gets lost. I can't find her, and we were going to eat. Everybody was eating off these big buffets, and I couldn't sit down and eat. I was probably hungry. It's probably the reason I was thinking about eating at a buffet.
Yeah.
And I couldn't eat. I couldn't find her nowhere. And I was getting panicky. And I was like, well, what if I go in one store and she's already been there and she's gone somewhere else? So then I find her and she's got a big old J.C. Penney's. How long has it been since you shopped at J.C. Penney's? Years. She had a big old J.C. Penney's shopping bag in it.
Have I ever been in there before?
Yeah, you used to shop at the one. And she had a big old J.C. Penney's bag. And when I looked in it, she told me she had kittens in it.
And what?
Kittens? 5 kittens. I was tripping.
Lord,
That's the way I dream, guys.
she's nutty. That's what she is.
I think my nuttiness comes out.
Where'd it come from?
You probably.
Well, I've never said too much.
Oh my Lord.
I've always had a good time. Except when old men.
So I'm making a birthday video for Michael. Michael turns 40 tomorrow. We got to do your video today too, by the way.
Oh my Lord, I've been practicing.
I know. I told Ashley last night you'd been practicing.
Golly, Bo, what a good-looking man.
And I like good-looking men.
Well, I sure do. I think they're the prettiest things that's ever built.
So, but I have been going back to digital pictures since 2005. Lord help, looking at all the different pictures of you. It's funny how just even a few years, 5 years ago you were driving.
Yeah.
Well, no, 4 years ago you were driving.
It's been more than 4 years, hasn't it?
Well, it's probably been closer to 5.
Yeah.
Closer to 5. And, but I got pictures. I got a really good picture of you and Michael together that I'm putting in there. But he doesn't know we're making the videos, and I don't think he watches these because this will go up before. But we're having a big party Saturday night, an 80s party. And me and John and I.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Well, it is correct.
The other part sounded Alabama all
Yeah.
the way.
John and I, well, actually, I did. I ordered us some cheap costumes off of Amazon. And I have John a silver lame rocker outfit with a long blonde wig.
Hair?
Yes. And I even bought me a dark curly wig, just like the way I used to wear my hair. Now, I don't know. You know how hot-natured I am, so I don't know if I'm wearing it or not. But I got a big off-the-shoulder shirt with a big old mouth, like a Mick Jagger mouth, with the tongue hanging out with all different colors.
Where'd you get all that?
Amazon, of course.
Huh?
Amazon, of course.
Okay.
And then I got paint spattered pants to go with it. Ashley used to have an outfit that was so cute. It was just like paint splattered in the early 80s or mid 80s, I guess. And so we're going to have a big time. Of course, we get to bring all 3 of the boys home after the party so that they can sit around and talk for a few hours with adults. But I have made him an awesome video. All the way back to his baby pictures, and he's gonna cry because I put some good music with it. He's gonna cry. I'll probably be boo-hooing. I'll probably be watching everybody's responses to see if they like the video. We gotta get over again. Are they paving down here? Doing something. I see smoke down there.
Cigarette.
Or is that's not fog. I mean, that's not like.
You think it's a little bit bigger than a cigarette?
Yeah, I think the smoke might be a tiny bit bigger than a cigarette. Well, I guess they want us to get over here on this lane.
Oh, that makes it better.
You have to straddle it. Oh, they are. That's all that smoke. Yeah, they're finally paving this road. Ever since this interstate's been put in, it's not had.
There's a policeman.
There's the popo. He'll come get you.
They won't get me because they say it's useless.
They'd say, don't get her. She's liable to die in the back seat.
Say she'll croak, right? You're looking at it.
Well, that's a big contraption right there.
Yeah. Oh, I don't see how the man runs into people's things.
It's just like playing with toys.
Well, yeah, but look what a toy.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That was on fire.
Now that one's a lot of. That's a lot of smoke. Look at all that coming out there.
They have went too far with this.
That'd be hard to be in that smoke off of that. Oh yeah, I bet you it's in their skin.
Yeah. Bet their wife sleeps on the back porch.
No, they may sleep on the back porch. Don't y'all get tar on my new car. Here we go again. I've been through one thing of paving.
It's been about 2 weeks ago. She's in Maddie's little car. She looked at me. She says, "Have you got the gas in your car?" She pulled down that way. I said, "I think so. I don't know. I've never drive it." She said, "Let's see if we went to Summerton or somewhere."
Yeah, I filled it up when I brought it home.
We went. We didn't go far. But
it should, because I think didn't Dana drive it to the doctor right after I brought it home. When y'all went to Dr. South, I think y'all took it last time.
He drove it one time.
Yeah, because I filled the tank up before I brought it home.
Anyhow, we didn't go far. It's just that, but what was so funny? You got any gas? I said,
Maddie was probably sitting on empty. Boy, I can't imagine if they had this like this during work traffic this morning with one lane. But I mean, roads.
Can you imagine they simmer it down some before?
They may have started after work traffic because, but you got to pave a highway.
Yeah.
This truck behind me wants me to go faster.
You know, I don't see a lot of people, but I have people ask me, "How do you stand that man to do your eye? What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'll be perfectly honest with you." I said, "I've went so long, I don't even know when he does it." I know when he does it. I just simply, whatever he puts in there, you know, helps it.
Well, you said you were real apprehensive in the beginning, which I would be too.
Oh, yeah.
But then she's been having it done for so many years now.
I pay no attention to it at all now. That goes to
They numb it really good. Do you feel the pop when the needle goes in?
No, it's not exactly a pop, but I do feel a little something sometimes. But it's never been enough to hurt me. And but when I first you know, when we was over in that old building, I was sitting in that corner that night, that day, and I'll never forget it. I said, "This is the day I'm going." When I seen him coming, that room was dark. I was sitting in that corner, and I thought, "I'm going to this time. He's going to get me." He come over and done that. And after the second or third time, I began to just...
It's amazing that these shots have saved her eyesight. Just amazing.
Oh, I'd be blind as a bat.
She would be. She would be.
Who sent us to him?
I don't know. You were going before I quit work. Dana started taking you. It might have just been your regular eye doctor.
I
Now, I took you. You had quit going, and then I took you to the eye doctor, and he sent us my eye doctor, Dr. Day.
Okay.
Got us in the very next day. Remember?
No, I don't remember that, but
yeah, you went for several years, and then you quit because they thought it was okay.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think why I even took you, because I don't know if your eye.
Somebody told me.
I don't know. Well, yeah, my eye doctor did.
And
And
that thing's got gas on his stomach.
yeah.
But I'll tell you what, that first day up there when I seen him come in with that, I thought, I'm gonna, this is it.
This is it.
And then the more I said it, and it was dark in there too, and that made it look worse.
Yeah.
And he came over and did that. But when he started putting all that stuff in there, I was not hurting when I was down there even.
Yeah.
But that was the ugliest old place. I'm so glad.
Yeah, Dana took you there. That was the first time. And then we've been taking you to Birmingham since then. So, Jane, my cousin, your niece, has found my YouTube channel. Jane has. She called me the other day and she said she ended up getting YouTube TV.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh my Lord. You know how she talks. I love the way she talks. She's like, I have been watching all this. And she said, getting to see Aunt Faye and all those videos. And, you know, she's always wanted to see my house.
Yeah.
We were supposed to try to get together before, and I don't remember what all happened. And so I told her, I said, well, I've just put up a fall home tour. And she called me back and she said, oh my God, all the stuff you got. My fall home tour. And I said, well, go back and look at Christmas if you want to see a lot of stuff. So she said that Christy watched it the other night, her daughter, and Christy said, I'm just going to throw everything in my house out and start all over again. I said, oh, she don't have to do that.
No, I don't know that girl.
She's a beautiful girl. And then, you know, her two daughters are the ones that came down.
I know that, but I said, maybe there's something I've known all them years.
Well, they've just lived different lives than us.
I was in their house one time, and we was up, and it had steps to go down to in the basement, and that's where the boy found him.
Yeah.
In the foot basement.
She said, well, I want you to promise me something if you can. I said, okay. She said, Christy wants to come see your house decorated for Christmas. And I said, she said, can I come out and get Aunt Joyce and get Aunt Faye and bring them down and us come? I said, we sure can. We will make it a date. We will do that. I said, it takes me about 3 weeks to get decorated for Christmas. And I said, we'll be starting the 1st of November. And I said, certainly can. So that she is enjoying these videos.
Well, I'm glad she's found something.
Yeah, I've talked to her several times the past week. And, well, you know, I told you the other day she'd called, and when I got to your house, I was telling you called, and I went, dang, I forgot to call her back. I told her, I said, if I blink a few times or something happens.
I know if I blink, I'm going to.
I just, you know, I get sidetracked, so. But I'm glad she's found them and watching all of them.
Oh, yeah, I see that in your person. Because she's sure don't have nothing to do.
We're being really good today.
How many cars are there? Just trucks. I hate to know I had to drive back there. I don't imagine it's no different really than driving a car because it's
What, the big 18-wheelers? They're so used to them.
I see it down the house, down the hill in the house. Them big ones. I mean, golly whoppers. And I think to myself, why in the world how did they handle all of that?
Well, guess what we're buying Michael for his birthday?
Whoa.
Trees. Him and John are so much alike, it's crazy.
They won't put trees around the place.
Yeah, he's wanting some new trees. So John's gone and bought 2, and he's gonna go buy some more. And I said, that is a true son-in-law that's like his father-in-law. Trees. That would be just like what John would say. John's going fishing. He's gonna leave tomorrow and go fishing for a couple of days.
Yeah.
He turned in about 45 hours before he lost them. And so he's got some time to take. And so we're going to try to go off next week and see some foliage.
Let's get me over here. She's done been to the doctor.
I can go off now because I've got somebody to take care of you.
Yeah.
And I don't worry about you.
You need not worry about me. No, I'll sit there and look out the window till
I couldn't go off before. No, you know, I've talked to you 2 or 3 times a day.
Let's go somewhere, but 8:25.
I know. She is an answer to prayer. Hey, listen, Carter played on junior varsity again last night. You know, they're not letting him play on varsity.
I knew he was having a bout game.
Well, he played on junior varsity and he kicked the winning field goal in the last few seconds.
He did.
He sure did.
I bet he feels big.
Oh, Jessica had a video of it. I'll put the video in here. I'll insert the video. This is Jessica that's helping me mother. This is my Carter and Maddie. These are my sister's grandchildren. So we've been very close to them in the absence of my sister. We would have been anyway, but we have really been loved on them a lot in the absence of my sister. And but he's a junior this year. He's 6'4", sweetest. He's one of the best guys around.
Working his kids.
Work ethic that is just. He saved money and bought his own. Where am I going? Here I am talking, and I just missed our turn.
We're gonna miss the whole place, and I'm gonna be down yonder someplace. They're gonna stick a hole in my head.
Well, I started going different.
They'll think I'm the one.
You know, I've started going different.
Well, if I can come out there with painted stuff on me, you'll know.
Where do you think I'm taking you? Even if I went that way, I'd still go to the right doctor's office.
I don't know so much about that.
I did take her to the wrong doctor's office one time, and
where was that at?
we went over to Princeton, and we started going. I went, Mother, this is not where we're supposed to be. You remember that?
Yeah, I do now. I wouldn't have never thought of it.
She had too many blamed doctor's appointments then.
I don't remember being all that sick.
Well,
I think it was odds and ends wrong with me. Is what it is.
It was ears and I don't know.
Ears and eyes. I swear, them eye bits, they something else.
Well, Mama, your stuff just gets old when you get older.
Yeah, my stuff been old even before I got all that stuff, and now that's pretty stuff. I look sometimes and everything I look's flabby. I hold up my arm and go slap, slap, slap.
Oh, I'm already there.
And I never had a flab in my life all the other time.
I'm already
the
there.
Guys looked at me then, but they don't pay me any attention. But they think I'm somebody's grandma. I couldn't tell them I'm not.
Be hard to pull that one off. I'm not a grandma. Well, you should be.
You know what I tell them? If you don't like it, leave it.
Like I told that person this morning, I'm leaving this channel. Bye. I love my subscribers, but if they ever decide they don't want to watch me anymore.
We ought to get to see them in this shirt.
I know, they're just going to be so proud you got another shirt.
I thought about that this morning when I was putting it up. I was going to I thought it was colder than what it was.
Yeah.
When I got up. And I went in there to look for something. And I pulled out a shirt and I saw it in my jacket. And I said, I ain't wearing it. That was
I know.
There's one thing I
see, it's 70 degrees right now.
Hey, I looked at one thing. I said, I sure ain't wearing that. You know, I've got that jacket that's got made on the same stuff. You said you don't want me wearing that shirt anymore. And of course, I'm jacket in with a black thing under it's cute. That wasn't going to wear it. I was bringing more stuff in here.
You've been hot today with the jacket on.
Yeah, yeah, I know it.
It may be fall, but it's Alabama.
It's all Alabama.
Yep.
Lord, I can look back at the days when we was little and all the fires, we had fireplaces. It was the coldest old houses. But Mama kept us covered and kept us warm.
Yep. Heated the whole house with a fireplace, didn't you?
The houses had a fireplace on each side in each room. Like there's one chimney, and when they put a thing in this room and then the one in that room, and it both of them went up the same chimney. So that fixed it for 2 rooms.
So you could see from one room to the other through the fireplace.
Well, you couldn't see through it. No, it was fixed.
Oh, it was fixed. Because I have seen them before where they've been
But
open.
these were not. They were sitting.
So they had backs in them, so you couldn't.
Yeah.
They just shared a chimney.
They went up and that felt good. But then again, half the time they didn't have enough.
How many of y'all slept in the bed together?
Never over one or two.
Really?
I don't remember sleeping. I don't remember sleeping with them. I think they was there. I'm not sure.
I slept with Cece till she got married.
Yeah.
She used to shine the flashlight through the sheets and the covers. I wasn't mean.
No, but that Randy was. And I want to tell you what. One day
She was mischievous.
she is just downright mean. It's just like her daddy. You know, that has come to my mind in the last few months.
Okay, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that on
No,
video.
but what I was going to say something.
She'd shine a light through the sheet or through the blanket and look on the ceiling. I'd say, that's you, Cece. She'd say, no, it's not either. It's like me.
She was mischievous. Oh, I know what it was. It was one night, her and the two kids. I believe it was Betty's kids. They was in the bedroom, and they was having one house. That was changed where the dryers is. And he could not stand it. I don't know what he thought they were doing. I just thought to myself,
in the bathroom.
Yeah. I thought to myself, what is the girls going to do? And he let me tell you what he done. He went up there and stopped up, and every time he did, Randy would punch him. She just like
Well, no, she should have done that.
I thought she's just like him.
That's exactly what she should have done. That wasn't right.
But hey, well, golly bum, half of the stuff he done wasn't right.
True.
It's a case, just like Dana said the other day, Dave got away with him more out of him than anybody. And I never have figured